I've needed an engine hoist for so long, and finally this thing went on sale. Let's build it. So believe it or not, that whole engine hoist comes in one box. That just so happens to make that box extremely heavy, just a heads up. In that box you're going to find the directions and all the hardware you need. Thankfully that hardware is conveniently labeled. So whenever I'm building something on screen, I will put whatever number, bolt, nut, or washer that I'm using. Now let's get on to the wheels. These are going to be the front casters for the base. These bolts and washers actually came pre-installed. All you have to do is flip them around and install them on the underside. I believe all these are 14mm. So just go around and snug them up, and once you go around once, I recommend taking just an extra lap. The last thing you want is one of these falling off. And I did that exact same process to the other side. So now we're going to move on to the back casters. And these are going to be the ones that have the brake on them. It's pretty much the same process, except the only difference is that there's no threaded insert. You're going to be using a nut on this. But the size is still the same. You're going to need a 14mm socket along with a 14mm wrench. And as you could see, I went to go do the other side and it's already rusting. But it was on sale and it's from Harbor Freight. What can you expect? Anyway, that's not going to stop me from building it. I snugged up all the bolts and made sure they're tight. And I now have a rolling base. And I will say it rolled very smoothly. But that's also with no weight on it. Let's add the legs. One thing to note is that handle needs to be pointing towards the outside of the engine hoist. At least that's what the directions said. We're going to be using this bag of pins to install the legs. Now installing the legs is pretty straightforward. You're going to line them up with the holes in the base and then punch that pin through. You may need to lift up on the base or lift up on the leg depending on whether you're working on flat ground or not. I was not. So I did need to lift up on the base. Once you get those pins through, you're going to use the R pins, which is basically just a safety pin. That's going to lock those bigger pins, a lot of pins, sorry, but it's going to lock those bigger pins into place so they don't fall out. Now we're going to go on to installing the main post. We're going to be using those 2 bolts, 2 washers, and 2 nuts. We're actually going to be using the smaller nuts. I pointed at the bigger ones, my apologies. And as you can see in the directions, it says right there, do not tighten. So we're going to tighten them anyway. We're not going to make them snug. We're just going to loosely put the bolt and washer on just to hold the post in place. Now we're going to be using one of these bolts. I point at both of them because I'm stupid. But we're going to be using just one of them. And that is going to be used for the strap and the handle. And it's going to go through the main post. Now the straps can be a little bit confusing because they are bent on both sides. But basically you want the strap to angle towards the bottom of the base on the bottom side. As you can see right there. Then you're going to use those 2 bolts, number 15, to hold the straps. Those straps act as supports. And then you can snug everything up. And then it also includes those 2 bolts they told us not to tighten. Next, we're going to move on to the boom. Now we're going to be using that other number 16 bolt that I pointed to before. That's going to be used on the boom. One thing I recommend here when installing this thing is take the black extension out. There's nothing holding it in except gravity and friction. And at some point, gravity will overcome friction and it'll probably fall out. So just take it out. It also makes it lighter for when you're installing the boom. Makes it all around easier. Once you get the bolt in on the boom, put a nut and washer on it and snug that sucker up. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Next up is the hydraulic cylinder. One thing that I recommend is that you start with the top bolt on this one. I didn't do that and it made it much harder. There's actually two different bolts. They're basically the same except one is just a little bit longer. So be aware of that. It's actually, you can see right there, the top bolt is a little bit shorter. The longer one goes on the bottom. So I decided to do the longer one, or the lower one, sorry, first in this clip, and it took me quite a while. So just start with the top one and you'll be able to pull the cylinder down to where you need it for the bottom one. Don't be dumb like me. And next I'm going to start jacking this thing up, and as you can see it takes quite a lot of pumps. But anyway, now it's time to install this extension. We are going to slide this into the tube, and now we're going to be using the long pin that was with the hardware. And just like that, I now have an engine hoist. Thank God. If you're wondering how to use it, there's a little pole on the side, which you put in that hole. And then you go up and down with it, and the engine hoist will raise. This little valve on the side is what releases it. Turn it to the left and it'll drop. But yeah, I now have an engine hoist. Pretty sick.